Testing, 1, 2. Wow, this room's still pretty live even though it has carpet on the floor. Hi, welcome to hack number 36. This week I'm going to put up some sound diffusion in this room. This is my music room where I play around in between doing all my weekly projects, get a little music time in. I like to play drum and bass, fool around on guitar a little trumpet here and there. But I want to put some foam baffles up on the walls in here, bass traps in the corners. I'll explain a little bit of the physics of why you do that in a room where you play music. And I also want to put some lighting in here besides just these 3 candelabra lights on this ceiling fan, which is a little bit lacking in the light department. So follow along as we do a little revamp on my little studio here. 1, 2. Wow, pretty live. Let's get to work. Let's take a quick tour of the studio, which also serves as the feeding area for the kitty cats. Fan over in this corner for summertime, little music stand there. I got my instruments hanging up on the wall here, a little drum kit there. The amplifiers are on this side of the room, a laptop computer, a couple of studio monitors, and the CD collection is up there. I'm going to add another shelf to that while I'm in the process. I'm going to put lights up along this area, along that little trim strip. And you can kind of see, I guess, on this video camera, it's a little dark in this corner, a little brighter in this corner, and all we've got are those 3 candelabra lights. They don't offer too much. So the first thing we'll do is get some lighting going, and then we can have all that light to work with to do the rest of the job. I'm getting dizzy. Whoa. Oh, that's a little better. Got a light in every corner basically now. Just a simple little $5 light, and I just wired them into the ceiling fan. Brought the wires over extension cord style. Yeah, I know, it's not to code, and I'm probably going to get a YouTube comment all about that. But the bottom line is, don't leave them turned on while you're gone. I've done this plenty of times before, and it's okay. But don't do this at home, okay? Don't you dare try this. Do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, something like that. But anyway, there they are, all wired up. Now we'll get to work on the sound dampening portion of the video. How about a little before and after? We'll do a couple of things here with the bass, trumpet, and a tone generator on before I do the sound treatment. So here we go. Let's play a little blues scale trumpet now. Okay, now we'll generate a few tones on the tone generator here through the speakers. When I do the after, by the way, I'll have the camera in the same location. And right now, just this normal speaking tone, you can also hear what vocals sound like in here. Let's start out with a 50 Hertz wave, and we'll work our way up from there. Okay, we're at 100 Hertz there. I'll start jumping a little bigger increments here now. that's 2,397 hertz. That's a pretty nasty one in this room. That's a wolf tone. That resonates like crazy. Okay, we'll stop there. As you can hear, most of the high tones are really ringing in this room, so hopefully when I put up the sound panels, that'll take care of some of that. What do you think, Sophie? Pretty loud, huh? Well, I guess a question that needs to be addressed is why even bother with all this sound treatment stuff? Well, in a room like this, you've actually got a lot of waves bouncing back and forth when you play music in here. When I clap my hands, you'll hear what's called a flutter echo. It's kind of an echo that goes back and forth and lingers after you clap. When you move into a brand new house and you walk around, there's no furniture in the place. You've probably noticed this. Everything is very bright and ringy. All of that furniture and carpeting and everything you put in the house helps break up those sound waves and absorb some of them. The way we do that in here are with acoustic panels. These absorb sound. They do it by the sound waves striking this material. It actually vibrates the material and causes friction, and some of that sound actually gets turned into heat. It doesn't just disappear, it turns into another form of energy, heat. And so the sound panels will help to take care of the upper frequency ringtones that happen in a room. Diffusers also work to get rid of some of the mid-tones and break up the sound, but I don't have anything like that to put up in this particular instance. I just have the sound panels, and I have these. These are bass traps. They go up in the corners of the room because in the corners is where the bass frequencies tend to congregate. So what we're after is getting rid of all of the wolf tones, the ringy tones, the howls of the room, but still leave a little bit of live ambience in it. So how we'll do that is by placing the panels on the wall, cover about 30 to 40% of the wall area. You don't need to cover the whole thing. And the way I decided to do that was I drew out the dimensions of the room walls and then took the 20 panels I had and decided how to divide them up in a way where they can go everywhere and help to eliminate some of these ringy tones in the room. Now I'll show you my drawings and how I decided where these panels are going to go. Okay, let's travel around the room here and see what I've done. This is the north wall, and as you can see, I laid this out on Adobe Illustrator. I did it to scale, so I have the ruler to work with on the drawings, and I actually wrote in what the dimensions are of how far up from the floor the sound panels go. 10 inches over from the wall, 36 up from the floor in this case. This is the north wall. I have a window here. The window has louvered, blinds on it, so that will help a little bit with the diffusion. This is a bass trap up in the corner, 6 inches down from the ceiling. Let me go over to the east wall, and here I have my speakers set up, and I have a laptop in the middle, and this panel right here will help to take care of near field secondary waves when I'm sitting there doing mix downs and stuff. And I've got a couple more panels that are 16 inches off from the floor. 2 more here, here, and here. This is the shelf where the cats get fed. Hopefully they won't mess with my panels very much. Bass traps up in the corner. Then we go to the south wall, and I have the guitars hanging in this area, so we can't put anything there, but I split the panel in half like I did over on the other wall here. Put them on there, and a panel here, bass traps in the corner. The west wall is the one that is a wide open wall without anything on it, so it gets the most treatment, as you can see here, and I've got all the dimensions laid out. And now it's time to get to work and put these things up. I'm just going to attach them with a staple gun. Well, the bass traps are about the easiest thing to do. They just go up in the corners, so I think I'll get those out of the way first. They're 12 inches wide, so I'll just make a little mark here at 12 inches for reference, and then come down 6 inches. And now I know where to put my bass trap. That's it. Just that easy with a staple gun. The panels are up. Got all the acoustic panels, the absorbers on the walls, and the bass traps are up. And the room does sound a little bit quieter. Not quite as live. So let's check out our bass trumpet and tone signals again and see what. Sound panels are up. Let's do a little after test now. How about a hand clap for starters? A little quieter. Got rid of a few of those echoes. Let's try the bass lines. All right. Let's move on to the trumpet now. Let's try a little trumpet noise now. Okay, let's go over to the tones now and see what we got. 50. Okay, let's start off with 50 hertz and see what we got. We'll work our way up. 100. Let's jump up to 400. Sophie doesn't like it much. Let's go right on up to that annoying 23, whatever it was. Sophie's playing the bass drum. Woo, that's nasty. That is really loud in here. But overall, I think I've taken care of a lot of the echo and reverberation in this room. It sounds a lot quieter to me. How many more times? Oh, okay. Hey, well, the room sounds pretty good. Considering I got all this stuff for free, it's a pretty cool hack. This was up the street at a house where someone moved out, the landlord went in, cleaned up, pulled all this stuff off the walls in some room and piled it up by the street. So how about that? I got it for free, brought it home, put it back to use, and it didn't end up in the landfill. And I made a video to help you guys decide if you maybe want to do this in your studio or place you play music, and if so, it's a bit of a guideline on how to do it. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, keep on hacking.